have my smoothie. It's Wackadoodle Wednesday episode title. So today is Wednesday, August 12th, 2026. There is an eclipse. There's a lot going on in the world. I'm only going to record this once. Last week, for those of you who were here, I recorded my script twice, just for the fun of it, I think. I don't really know. Not for the fun of it, I think, just to see if the second delivery was better than the first. But today, for those of you who watch my Wackadoodle Wednesdays, thanks for liking, thanks for subscribing, thanks for watching. Please look at my other videos. It's all really good in the YouTube world and all of that. So today, I already said what day it is. The episode title is The Gospel of the Golden Toilet. Welcome back to Wackadoodle Wednesdays, the only show brave enough to ask, is this real life, or did we all fall into the malfunctioning simulation coded by a drunk intern? This week, we turn our attention to the political fever dream sweeping Wyoming, where Republican candidates continue treating Donald Trump not as a politician, not even as a flawed human being, but as a glitter-encrusted deity whose sacred texts are written in Sharpie and rage tweets. And yes, everything you're about to hear is satire, parody, and commentary, because reality alone simply isn't enough to explain this mess. This week's flaming catastrophe comes from the Wyoming GOP's Candidate Talent Show, where contestants compete to see who can praise Trump with most enthusiasm while ignoring every indictment, scandal, and meltdown. One candidate declared, "I stand with President Trump because he stands for freedom." Freedom from what? Consequences? Reading comprehension? Basic decency? In our satirical universe, Trump is portrayed as the supreme leader of the land of make-believe, a place where facts are treason, loyalty is measured in decibels, and every scandal is rebranded as witch hunt season. The dumpster fire burns bright, mostly because it's fueled by denial, delusion, and a suspicious amount of hairspray. The original. They're all against me, but I'm winning bigly, all in caps. Translation. I pressed the caps lock key and now I can't emotionally regulate. Bonus translation. I'm yelling at my phone again because it's the only staff member who hasn't quit. And let's examine how different factions interpret the same event. Trump tripping over a sandbag on stage. Trump's faction, a heroic battle against gravity. The sandbag was Antifa. Wyoming GOP candidates, a sacred moment of divine struggle. The earth itself bowed before him. And the actual video footage, a man tripped over a sandbag. Satirical narrative, everyone saw the same event, but only one group insists it was divine visitation. This week's casualties include objective reality, ethical standards, the idea that leaders should be vetted for competence, the notion that endorsing someone requires understanding their actions, and the last remaining shreds of dignity in Wyoming's political discourse. Every time a candidate praises Trump without acknowledging his behavior, a constitutional norm loses a hit point. I, Donald J. Trump, hereby declare myself the patron saint of Wyoming primaries. All candidates must kiss the ring, ignore the indictments, and pledge allegiance to my golf handicap. It's totally fake press release, but honestly, it feels plausible. All right, here's the hiring of the beautifuls. Now let's talk about Trump's hiring philosophy as portrayed in our satirical universe. In this fictionalized world, Trump hires women not for their intelligence, experience, or qualifications, but because they're beautiful. Not competent, not capable, just beautiful. In our parody, the hiring process looks like this. Interviewer. Tell us about your professional background. Trump, satirical version. Do you sparkle under fluorescent lighting? Interviewer. What skills do you bring to the team? Trump, satirical version. Can you stand near me while I talk? Interviewer. Do you have leadership experience? Trump, satirical version. Leadership? No. Lip gloss? Yes. This satirical portrayal highlights a long-running pattern critics have pointed out, a fixation on appearance over competence. Wyoming candidates, meanwhile, nod along like this is perfectly normal behavior for someone they want to lead the country. Wyoming candidates, the choir of the golden toilet. In our satirical narrative, Wyoming's Republican candidates gather weekly to rehearse their praises. Oh, great and powerful Trump, deliver us from the tyranny of critical thinking. They refuse to look objectively at his actions, choosing instead to treat him like a mythical frontier prophet who descended from the heavens to bless their campaign flyers. It's not politics, it's performance art. Bad performance art. The kind you watch only because you can't believe it's happening. And that, my friends, is this week's journey through a wackadoodle multiverse, a place where satire is the only tool sharp enough to cut through the nonsense. Remember, this is parody. This is creative political satire, because reality alone cannot explain why grown adults in Wyoming politics are still treating Donald Trump like a malfunctioning god whose commandments are written in Sharpie. Tune in next week for more dumpster fires, more tweet translations, more Rashomon chaos, more democracy damage, and more satirical sound bites from the golden toilet throne. Until then, stay grounded, stay critical, stay wackadoodled. My name's Al. I live in Wyoming. If you can tell, I'm not a big fan of the supreme deity. Please like and follow. Wackadoodle Multiverse definitely isn't nonsense. Thank you. What are you teaching? I'm teaching democracy. I'm teaching one of the fundamentals of democracy, actually, which is freedom of speech, but more importantly, freedom of thought. I just got googly love eyes. But more importantly, freedom of thought. And freedom to believe what we want to believe, right? We don't want the government dictating to us not only what our freedom of speech is, but what we believe, right? So I'm a political nihilist. Yeah, right? I get that. Please like and follow. I am going to do what I like to do. And I know if I put this up, it's not affirmators. My affirmators card. This is like the only time I do it. That's not really true. Sometimes I do it other times too. But so I do like to pull an affirmator card. Thank you for the likes. I appreciate it. Thank you for the comments. I got the card love. Is it backwards to you guys or is it forwards? Love. Love is a many splendored thing. Today I will notice and appreciate at least 3 of those. Oh, my phone's ringing. 3 of those. Okay. Today, I will notice and appreciate at least 3 of those splendors, like the fact that puppies make me feel like a parent, or the surge of self-congratulations I feel when I sink a 3-point trash basket shot on the first try, or how about the chills I get while singing along to Truckin', got my chips cashed in, I'm truckin'. All right, folks, if you've got a primary, remember to vote, and then, hopefully your vote gets counted and all of that. Thanks for stopping by. I will be here again. Check out my other videos, and appreciate y'all. Thank you.